the tree, don't we? Good thing about bamboo is it's strong. The bad thing about bamboo is it's strong. But boy, is it satisfying. The idea today, see if we don't have too much of a glare there. The idea today is to pull the bamboo down, and then I just grab it and pull it toward me to make a mat of bamboo. Just like that. Now you can see it leaves some pieces sticking up, and that's good because now I can see where the shoots come from. I'm going to break them against this tree here. And once I get the stalks pulled and the risals, I'll put my mulching hat on. Now if you walked up to a stick of bamboo and pushed on it, you'd think it's 10 feet in the ground, but the risals are actually, you can see right there, that little ball of dirt. That rhizome is only about 12 inches deep. So we're going to pile our rhizomes up separately over here as best we can. And you can get a bunch of them at one time. What I'll do is use those tines on the thumb to kind of loosen the dirt. I'll just scoop in there, drag toward me. I'll pull the teeth through the ground a little bit, and that breaks the rhizomes loose. As good as they're going to get pulled loose anyway. And you can kind of chomp the rhizomes with your bucket to turn as much dirt loose as you can. Now you gotta watch, when you got a stem like that, it can snap and spring in on you. See? Bamboo is a pain in the keister to deal with, believe me. And really, if you can break the stalks about that high off the ground, you're doing good. But the bigger bundle of them you get, the higher up you've got to be to bend them over to where you can snap them. Bamboo is a thing, and it is hard to get rid of. Flop down on your blade. Now what you do as you go is dress your bundles as you go. If you ever run this stuff through a wood chipper, you know what aggravation is. Break them off up high, take that, stack it, break it down a little bit lower, and then get your rhizomes if you want to. Just like this. So you got your nice little bundle of them. I really don't want to bust my glass out today. Y'all will get to see on the next video what it looks like to mulch this stuff. Come on, baby. Break it. That stuff's loud. Now another way you can do it is pull it to you like this, drop it. If you've got a breaker tree with you, or near you, you can grab those stems, just like it is. Get close to the tree, and then you just drag them around it and hope that that stuff will turn loose. And it's not going to matter how it's stacked, it will, that mulcher will eat it. happy to say we are making some really, really good time here. Let's see if I can get these off the power line. Trunks of the bamboo, whatever you want to call it. Then I can swing back around. Let me get one more grab here so you guys can hopefully see a little bit better. That bush is just a casualty of the war, I guess. Just a little bit, and people talk about how hard bamboo is to get rid of. Digging these sheets, what I do is I start about 12 inches away, and then I'll just curl the bucket, and then you know you got them, so you can drop it. And then what I'll do, use the tines on the thumb, kind of loosen the dirt, and then I'll just pick it up and shake it real good. That'll get most of the dirt off. You can drop it, and you can see here, that's what a cluster of bamboo looks like. Some of us just liked bamboo on this property because they planted cluster and running. Cluster's not too bad. It'll pretty well stay put, but you can see right here, it makes a big old wad of roots and dirt. So you can kind of, what I'm doing is I'm squeezing and letting go, squeezing and letting go really fast. That's what that sound is that you guys are hearing. And it'll tend to shake most of the dirt loose. And once you get most of it, what I'm doing is I'm placing the rhizomes in a rhizome pile right here. And it's spelled R-H-I-Z-O-M-E, rhizome. Now, even though that one was dead, you can see that the shoot down at the bottom is green. So you got to even get the dead out. I'm keeping my rhizomes separate. And you can see this little bitty pile of rhizomes, and you can just kind of squeeze it and press it into a pile. That one little pile of rhizomes, all of that bamboo came from it. That's a big old pile of it. The key with bamboo, if it is running bamboo, you do have to get every single one of them. So what you do is you get the bolt try to tell you, homeowner, that you'll get as much of it as you can. But as soon as they see a sprout, they got to go dig the cluster of roots out or the rhizomes. Let me get it over here maybe where you guys can see better. That almost has like a cane type stuff mixed in with it too. Rhizome, they'll grab us up. I like grabbing these kind of halfway up. Use your bucket. This is why I'm using a 3-foot bucket. I can grab these about halfway up like that, break them. Now they'll slide out of your grip. So I drop them right there. And then I'll just go ahead and collect my pile. Now you don't have to do this every time. I could start a pile right there, and once I get a bunch of them together, then I can move them all to the main pile. It's just, you go through here and do this, it's just time consuming, that's all it is. Missed one. Let's just go ahead and grab all these. This can be fine. Oh, don't follow me. Of course you would. Hateful. Hateful. Usually always follow me. One reason I'm working with the windshield down. See if we can get us another grab. And that way you minimize your movements for the most part. Then you grab those two, squeeze them good, and I'm going to use this bush here to break them in half. I'll just track backwards here to get these a little bit neater. It's just like any other job. You keep your workspace as neat as you can, and you will be happier. As I said earlier in the video, I'm going to try to get all this bamboo and the rhizomes pulled today. And then, sorry about that glare, try to get back down here in the shade. I got to keep in mind there's a phone line up there and power lines too, so we don't want to tear them out. Now for you guys that are starting, do not be afraid to tear the ground out. It's dirt, you can put it back exactly the way you found it. Now I'm also wanting to get this dirt off for two reasons. Dirt is heavy and it'll also take up space in the truck. Haul it to the stump dump. Some stump dumps frown on bamboo, they don't want it in their mulch, but some of them don't care. I know the ones that don't care. See this little bitty almost like river cane type stuff. Break the root ball up too much, then they become very difficult to grab a hold. And that's bad. That you don't want. You know, stuff that's easy to get a hold of. Once I mulch that pile, it'll turn to nothing. I gotta work from the front toward the back, and that way I can kind of get as many of these rhizomes as I can. They told me initially this was a swampy area, but this ground is actually very, very hard. This is the Southeastern Land Specialist way of pulling bamboo. Oh, now we got stuck, didn't he? And you just have to take your time. First time you do a bamboo job, more than likely you're going to way underbid it. what was the ground when I grabbed these for the last couple of times. That way that dirt can fall loose fairly freely. These stems is just trying to make my life a little difficult, so I'm going to get them too. Are not too fast, but they'll get the job done. There's some grab these up close to a little higher. Something that I haven't thought of, but digging it out with an excavator is efficient. See, like I've got 3 chutes right here. As long as I see those stalks moving as I get close to them with the teeth, I know I've pretty well gotten them. Stump dump is I'll mix it up. I'll put this stuff probably on the bottom, and then I'll put a lot of what I grind up on the top, and I'll mix my loads, and that way they don't just get a whole bunch of rhizomes all at one time. Well, I dropped that one, didn't I? Hey, that's just a sheep. Now, folks, making time. This was about, I'd say, anywhere from a half to 3/4 of an acre of this stuff. I'll have it pulled in one day. Oops, oh wow. We'll have it pulled, hopefully today. It's 2 o'clock now, so I think there's a good possibility of that. Now, I'm not going to just cover the ground. And grab that whole bundle, and that ground will be clean again. What, bamboo? Can't be intimidated by these jobs. Talked to one of my viewers on the phone yesterday, and he bought him a machine. And I want to give him a shout out. He's over in Oklahoma, I believe he said he was. Yeah, he's over toward Oklahoma City. And he's running into needing a bigger machine on jobs, and you will always wish that you had bought a bigger machine, because if you own a bigger machine, you're going to be able to take jobs that are bigger than your comfort zone, because you know you own the machine. And if it runs over a few days, you're not going to be out with huge amounts of rental charges. And that's why. Get off there, you hateful thing. What's that hung on? I don't know what that's hung on. It's running up under my thumb pen. It'll come out soon enough. So, there it went, right there. Just lay back to the rising tile. Actually, no, I won't. Just let them go too. Yeah. So, don't beat yourself up if you buy a machine and then you find yourself saying, man, I should have bought a bigger one. Because that's just how it's going to be. Believe me. Don't beat yourself up about it. I want to leave these because they're blocking the sun out pretty good. See, all this has been pushed over by something. We don't know what, but something. We're filming in 4K today. So you guys can see in here where somebody at some point, don't know, has come through and tried to cut this bamboo out, and this stuff just is a pain to do by hand. See the doggy over there? I'll level myself up a little bit better. So I'm going through, digging a little bit, breaking some bamboo, digging some more. Everybody's been wanting more real time, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start shooting in 4K, so it's going to make it harder for me to really get videos out quick, because it takes so long to upload. Sorry, Bish. But it's cold out there today, so my GoPro batteries won't last long, so I'm keeping you guys in the cab. Plus, I found this to be a good little teaching opportunity. That's Razzle, or Cluster. There's the neighbor man who's allowed us access. Really nice guy. Let's get us a handful of bamboo here. Come here, you hateful things. Tell you what, that's just loud when it goes to breaking. Grab this boy right here. He's on the ground. It's really tempting I messed myself up. If you can drop a root ball sideways like that, that dirt will also come off easier as opposed to if you drop it straight back down. Just go ahead. Actually, I'm going backwards that time. I like to keep my stems a little more the same way. I see light at the end of the tunnel, folks. I see it. Watch those lines, you don't want to get carried away. Tunnel lines are expensive to fix. Didn't have to call 811 for those lines, did we? There it is. Down it. Bamboo is tough. I don't want all that dirt in my mulch pile. So they'll take from my mulcher. Which for those who are new to the channel, that's a mulcher that goes on this excavator. Tidying my pile as I go. See all those dead down in there? That's from somebody getting in there and trying to just cut it. Dude, that's just rotten as it can be. Come on. That's a big old bunch of it. See, drop it like that, so it's not very effective, so we'll waller it around a little. Squeeze it, drop it. You see those little fibrous roots? That's pretty good. So you can just go ahead and put them on the pile. Let's see here. Each little bitty little thing. I'll have to go through and rake the ground, I guess, to get all of that out. I know some of this y'all probably can't even see, can you? Okay, clean pretty easy. talk about something fun, I'm telling you, add or subscribe, because once we go to mulching this stuff, you're gonna see some bamboo disappear. That's what's gonna happen. Let's just give this a good squeeze real quick. Kind of lock those stems together. Down in. Grabbing this stuff. guys can see the best. Yeah, I think that's good. There's one little access down there. It amazes me where people put this stuff, knowing good and well what it's going to do. I'd say this was just a swampy area that they didn't want you to know. So I thought bamboo's a good idea. And for the owner, it might have been, but the rest of the owner, not so much. How much this job paid. Here's a hint. Not enough. I couldn't. I might have misjudged just a touch. That's how dense this was. Longer than I thought it would take. It's so close to that line. I'm surprised I haven't hooked it. Kind of sort of in a way. I think I see a field. Hard or something. We'll get it out of here. Oh yes. Myself, y'all just let me know. I got plenty. It's amazing how much that stuff piles up. Absolutely amazing. Let's see here. big pile